Hello YouTube. So in today's documentaries video, I'm going to trade a live funded 500k account from funded engineer. I passed phase 1 and phase 2 during the promotion. So instead of getting 10% maximum drawdown, I actually got 12% of maximum drawdown, which is 12% of 500k, which is around 60k. And the game plan is I'm going to risk for every trade, I'm going to risk around 2000, which is 0.3% a trade, which means I am allowing myself around 30 trades before I lost the challenge. The reason that I use such risk parameter is from the data from the trading journal that I actually collected. It showed that in the worst scenario, I can actually have around 9 losing trades in a row, and I am actually allow myself 30 trades so that in case I got into drawdown, I have some room to actually get out of the drawdown itself. And I have no intention to lose the account this time, hopefully. So before we go into the video, I want to remind you that when I do such video, it requires me a huge amount of time and patience and focus. And when I do this, it's not about me showing you how to make money. It's not about me showing to the world that I am an influencer or some shit. It's not about me selling you anything. It's just me doing my thing, and during the time when I do something for myself, for my trading channel, for my trading journey, hopefully you can see yourself in some moment of it and do self-reflection and grow from it. That is the purpose of this video. It's more about the mindset. It's more about the thing inside a trader, the inner world, the thing, the invisible things that reflect our visible world. And I hope you take the video for what it is, because if you focus on how I trade, you focus on the P&L, you focus to correct my mistake, you're gonna miss so much. And I promise you, even that you are trading better than me, or even you give me the advice on how I should trade, how I should do this, how I should do that, how I should move my stop loss, how I should move my take profit, blah blah blah, I don't give a shit. It's not that I am not respecting you, but it's more about I am protecting myself more, because without me trusting myself, I will not able to do this series, this video 100%. I will not able to convey the message, and I will not giving you the value that I hope that I can do. So focus on the things that really matter, please. Not the big profits, not the big loss. So if you are ready, I see you in the video.
Day 1.
Alright, hello YouTube. So this is the first day of my 500k live funded account from funded engineer, and you can see that currently I have 3 trades because the last I limit in funded engineer for Bitcoin, so I opened 2 trades, but they are actually 1 trade. So you can see for every trade I am risking 2000, and yeah, so far this is how it looks. My total risk exposure is 6,000, a little bit more than 1%. So this is trading view live market condition, and you can see that currently we are having all the trade one sell limit. It's not really trigger, but this so far is how my trade account look like. my total risk exposure is around 1%, and because I am going to manage my trade using set and forget. Does that mean either I'm gonna hit stop loss or either I'm gonna hit take profit? And I will keep you updated. There's no thing to show. Like you can see, basically I trading using Fibonacci. And when you are trading using Fibonacci retracement, the most crucial and the most important thing is how you pick the right swing. And you can see that I actually picked this swing up, and I bought at around very close to 61.8 level, and then I just aiming for the Fibonacci extension of the 61.8. So pretty basic. Yeah, and I keep things simple. I have been backtesting the way I trade for some time. And again, I am not recommending any of you to actually follow the way I trade. This video is for entertainment, for educational, and for you to actually see me trading in live market condition and how I manage myself, how I manage the account to make money. That is what matters. So again, don't try to copy the way I trade. I'm trading using Fibonacci retracement and trend line, high and low, and Fibonacci extension. And the way I trade is very mechanical right now. I have a collective symbol sign that give me enough confidence to enter the trade every time I see the setup, and I'm gonna let it take profit or stop loss play its role. I'm not going to manage the trade manually unless we are going to have some big news or something that require my attention. And last but not least, I'm showing you this for you. And I hope that you take the video for what it is, because if you don't, I don't actually give a fuck. I'm not here to compete with you. I am not here to show you that I'm better than you or you're better than me. We are here at the end of the day. We want to be a better trader, and we want to get a better result and consistencies from our trading. And then with that consistent, we make more money, we live our life better, and if possible, we give back. And that's what matters. I see you on the next update. Currently, you can see that this is GU trade, and very far away from the take profit. Here is a UAD CAD. Here, you can see live market condition, and for the Bitcoin trade, I think I'm pretty much close to my stop loss. Yeah, you can see. So now what do I do? If I got his stop loss, then I let it, then that is a loss, no problem. My win rate from the data maybe shit a little bit more than 30%, so I'm not really surprised to see a loss, and I'm prepared for it. And yeah, see you on the next update. Alright, YouTube, so we are going to have a new trade, and I'm going to show you how I select the trade. Very simple approach. I'm trading using a fixed risk reward ratio, which is 1 to 3. You see right here, risk reward 1 to 3. Yeah, here. So we are risking 2,000 here. Now that is weird. We want around 6,000 right there. So here. So one of the thing about trading set and forget is that right now my full exposure is, let's see, around 8,000. That means if I got stopped out for all the trade, I lost 8,000, and that is around 1.5%. Yeah, but like one of the attitude that I think is very beneficial for us as a trader is that we should not give a F about the outcome. When I see the trade, I just execute it, and just make sure that your trade don't have like a lot of correlation. For example, if you are buying GU and then you are buying EU at the same time, then probably that is a little bit correlated. So just make sure that if you have a lot of trades opening, knowing how to manage your risk, make sure that you have a back tested and make sure that you know what you are doing. And the most important thing is don't give a F about the result. That is extremely important because when you trade small account, it's very easy to not care about the result. But when you trade big account like this, $500,000, then probably don't look at the P&L, don't look at the number because it can fuck your mind up, and it can make you have some kind of fear of execution or the fear of missing out. And it doesn't matter. You see the setup, you see what you're seeking for, to check it and wait for the market to unfold. Don't let the outcome or the P&L affect your mind, and that's what really matters. So I see you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So just a quick update. You can see that our trades are running into profits right now, around 2,000. Then should I close the trade and wait for the payout? Well, like I told you, P&L. If we still care about the P&L, it is very difficult to scale the business and to scale the funding. So the Bitcoin trade, you can see that it go very close to my stop loss, and then it is turning down, and it may probably stop out, but like I told you, I don't really care. And if I say to you that I am not affecting by the profits and loss, I am lying because I am human and I got emotion, and sometimes I feel like I want to have that kind of money. But the reason I am recording is because I want to show you that despite the fact that sometimes we got winning trades, sometimes we got a lot of trade in our favor, but it is very important to not caring. So far, here is how our trade look like. AUD, GBY. I have a trade on a shot around here, a sell limit for Euro AUD, but it didn't jigger. So probably right now, I'm going to probably close the trade and another trade on USD CAD.
doing pretty nice, but very far away from the take profit. Same to GBP USD. And to be honest, on this indices, I actually thinking about going long, but so far I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4 trades opening, so I think I'm pretty good. And if only I see something really good, then I will take it. But so far, nothing really giving me signal, so I just gonna stay. So that is a method. P&L, I don't care, and you should too, because we focus on the data, we collect the data, we wait for certain thing, we take the trade, and yeah, focus on making right decision. And eventually it's very hard to not be profitable with the right decision making process. That's the reason why. And that is the purpose of this video, to show you that in live market condition, in live P&L of a live funded account, a lot of money right now, but without focusing on the right thing, the money will never come. So I see you on the next update. Just one quick thing to say. If you actually note that I am talking to you with the real emotion, because I am actually seeing the live market. There are videos that people recording and then they comment on based on a recorded video, a recorded footage, but I am talking to you with real emotion, seeing my money fluctuating around, and I hope that the message, the thing that I'm trying to convey, can make some kind of impact on your trading journey, and that is what I want to do. So see you on the next update. Alright guys, so next update, you can see that one trade got stopped out, which is AUD GPY right here, live market condition. You know why sometimes I have to keep mentioning live market condition, because I don't know, like so many people think like I'm faking trading view. What the fuck? So that is the first loss, and it's normal. The longest losing streaks I have in my data right now is 9 trades in a row, and right now here is we have a 3 trades left. Probably I go into seek for new opportunity in London section, but right now, yeah, no problem. The Bitcoin trade didn't got stop loss, didn't hit stop loss, and then it turned over, and now it turned over again. But yeah, no problem. I will keep you updated. Next update. So I just saw an opportunity in US30, and here it's down, and probably I'm gonna probably I'm going to place an market order, because right now the on 15-minute time frame we have a price right at the fit level. Alright, done. So you can see I'm risking 2,000. My take profit is 6,000, right? So far today we are now at pre-London, and in Asia session until now we lost one trade, we lost 2,000. Not a big deal. Everything is within the plan. You can see that I don't really care, and probably I will update you a few hours later. I'm not going to like record every single move of the market because it's not necessary. I think the most important thing when it comes to trading is your mindset, the way you approach market, how you manage yourself to show up, make the right decision, follow your rules, your plan, and let market some time to do its thing and then come back and yeah, continue to make the right decision, one trade at a time. All right, and if you're only trading one pair or you're only trading one trade a day, whatever, I totally respect that. And the way I trade right now, it has like something to do with my data, the way that I backtest it, and that's the reason why I am confident to have some opening trades like this. And I'm risking around 0.3% for a trade. So right now for 1, 2, 3, 4 trades, I'm risking around 8,000, and I only let's take profit or stop loss, play it slow. So I see you on the next update. Not sure when, but I will try. So quick update on the account here. So you can see that we have 3 trade left. That means boom, stop out. The thing about live recording is this: the very few first trade always stop out, but my win rate usually 100%, so I'm not surprised. And I have no problem with losing. That is the thing. We got you to losing, winning, same thing. The most important thing is the next trade. Execution, execution, execution. And I just have a look on trading view and I didn't see any opportunity. So usually I have a bunch of price here, and I have a look around and I didn't see any opportunity, so no trade for this section. Probably I will reject on a few hours. I will let you know once we are in the trade. So Bitcoin shut up and stop me out. See you on the next update. So I just want to say that so far you can see that most of my trade I enter at a different time, and not always I get a signal based on how I see the market, obviously. And but when the market offer me opportunity, like a lot of it, then I'm gonna take all the current and just focus on the execution without fear, without thinking much, without second guess myself, without like what if daily resistance or what if diversion or what if this, what if that. Actually execution fearlessly, and that's what I am trying to do. Not that the losses are not affecting me, but it's more like I'm focusing to collect more and more trades because I know that after 10 trades, after 20 trades, I'm going to be profitable at the end of that series of trades. So I really filter my vision to a little far away and not focusing too much on what's really happening. So I trying to
practice myself to detect from the P&L, and either it's winning or losing. You can see I lost 2 trades in a row. 8 trade, I'm losing 2,000. See you on the next update.
So just a quick update to show you that we are currently up around 4K for 3 trades. No new trade yet. And when you see the P&L and you see that now we are back up to 500K, let's close all the trade, moving stop loss to break even, check partial. Every trader have a different approach when it comes to trade management, trade execution, and trading strategy as well. And it is very important for us as a trader to be more self-grounded. I mean, I'm doing things my way right now, and I don't give a shit about what you think. And you should not give a shit about how others or me thinking about you either. Either you're risking 1%, 2%, you are scaling in, scaling out, taking partial, moving stop loss to break even as 1R, 2R, do whatever fit you, and do whatever that your trading data tell you to. It's not about like we are up too much, so we got to close the trade, because that is an emotional decision, and that is so discretionary and so emotional, and that's not something that can be sustainable, and that's not something that you can use to be consistencies. And yeah, that is something I want to say. 5K risking 3 trade is nothing, and the sooner we detect ourselves from the number, the easier it is to be consistent. And I hope that you actually take the video for what it is, because I am actually telling you from my raw emotion right now, how I see the number and the lesson that I want to convey to you. Because if any of your decision in your trading plan is based on the number, when price go up and down, you're gonna be so unstable in your emotional pattern, and the kind of number when they fluctuating around during news, during London Open or New York Open, you may be surviving with emotional decision for some time, but eventually you will be fucked up. And in trading, you only need to lose yourself once to lose everything. So be careful and stay safe. I see you on the next update. It's enough for now. London section, I got a new trace on a UK 100. Look pretty nice. Risking 2,000 at usual. Let's see how it go. And like I show you, I see the trade, I execute it. I don't think too much, and I don't care if I lose. I know that over the long run I'm gonna be profitable, hopefully. But yeah, usually I enter the trade and then I double check in my journal to see if this one is. It looked like a little. It looked like a B setup to me. So for now we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 trades in the running, and that's it for now. See you in the next update. So here is how the trade look like on TradingView UK 100. there are trades when I do the set and forget trading management. There are trades that will go just right straight into take profit. There are trade go to stop loss. There are trade go very near take profit and then go to stop loss, and vice versa, go near stop loss and then go to take profit. All the things I take into the equation and I consider them a part of the probability itself. Well, so I see you on the next update. Everything you are seeing, everything that I am talking to you, it actually lie. And you can see right here, I'm gonna read this for you. 7615 7614. Yeah, it actually lied. That's reason why when I have emotion or when I have something I want to share or what I feel, it actually not something that I comment based on a video that I already record. It actually live. It is raw and yeah, the best I think I can do. See you on the next update. So you can see that just right after around 15 minutes, the next trade got stopped out. So we lose 1, 2, 3 trades in a row, stop out. But we are still few run and run, but most of them are just around 1 hour. Let's see if some of them can actually raise the profit target. So you can see that sometimes it's very quick. We enter the trade, we stop out immediately like that. And am I happy? No, of course not. But I don't want to think about it because it's quite irrelevant. I will just record it to my channel and collecting the data from it. So I see you on the next update. So far today we are down 6K. The maximum daily loss is around 30K. So I will keep that in mind. So I found a new setup, and the way I trade right now is very easy to trade, but it's very annoying to recall because when you do video, it's just it's just so different. Here we go. So here is the setup that I'm seeing. 15-minute chart. So I'm gonna enter the trade right now. And like I told you, I see the setup, I execute. Risking 2000 right here. And right now here is how to trade look on trading view. CHF for this trade, because I'm using tighter a little longer term than previous trade, so probably I think it's gonna take like a few hours up to 12 hours to actually play out, but no problem. So I see you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So recently I just entered a new trade on Euro against Australia, but I got some issue with the audio, so I am doing it again to showing you the new trade. So far right now we are having around, let's see, 5 trade, and the total exposure, I mean about the risk exposure, the 5 trade, so it will be around 10K. And if I win all the trade, I got 30K. But if I lose on the trade, I lost 10K. That is the worst scenario. So even with 10K and we are going to have as a news, which is USD. Hold on. So here you see that I am currently down around 1% for the day, which is around 6K. So in the worst scenario where I lose all the trade together, I'm gonna lose another 10K. And in the another worst scenario where I got slip pay during the news around 30 minutes later, then maybe I got like let's say I lost 15K. That is still right around 21K, and my daily loss limit is 30K, so I'm good. But if I got like all the trade loss, then well, that's bad. But I don't give a shit. Like I told you, this the way I'm trading it requires sometimes a lot of trades opening, sometimes 2 trades, sometimes 1 trade. It depends on how many signal that I got from the market. If I got some signal, I will just execute the trade without thinking much. Like I told you, we got this a really nice trade, but we got stopped out, and that probably go in our favor. And I don't try to explain it. I don't try to probably take out liquidity, and now it take out this high, and then it's trying to probably heading somewhere. I am not saying that the complexity way is not the way, but what I mean is when I build up something and when I am trading with that strategy, then that strategy is what I focus my attention 100%. And I don't let other factors like how this trader trade, how other strategy look like, or how I just don't give a shit. And I think you should try, because when you focus on just one thing and you started to remove a lot of stuff from your trading journey and maybe unlearn a few things as well, you're gonna see things in a very simple way, in a very easier way, and you're gonna proceed things in more mechanical way. It's really difficult to explain it, because sometimes you have to go through everything from the simple to a little more complicated to a little more complex, like really complex. And then when you see everything, then you can decide what is good for you, for yourself. And I am not a smart guy. I am not very like comprehend and really good at doing many things at once. So I stick to the thing that I believe is my edge. I stick to the things that I believe will yield me the consistent result. Even right now, it looks stupid to some of you. I don't give a shit. And doing YouTube, doing live trading in front of thousands of people, at first it gave me a little like panic attack, sometimes very stressful, sometimes very not really confident in my own skin, but I got used to it. And I rely a lot of stuff from myself. I got stronger mentally and emotionally. That's the reason why right now, when I show you live trades, and now I'm showing you 5 live trades fluctuating around with huge profit like this, probably some of you may judge. Some of you may focus fully on closing the profit, closing the loss, moving stop loss to break even. You should do this. You should do that. But the sooner you get your attention back to yourself, the sooner you're gonna see profitability come your way. Because trading, there's so many distractions. There's so many people are faking it. There's so many things that not healthy for our journey. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you realize that you are just smart enough for yourself, for your journey, and you can actually develop the thing that work for you. I mean, most people, they give a lot of credit to their mentors, to some influencers, to some famous trader, but they give so like the credit for themselves is so low. And I used to do that on myself too. And the sooner you realize that you are just strong, you are just confident, and you can be just as good as anyone you want to. Not really. I mean about being a better version of who you are, either human or being a trader. You can be better each day if you allow yourself to. You don't need to be someone else. You just need to be yourself. And I believe that everyone is unique and everyone has something beautiful, some story to tell, some power to unlock, and some wisdom, some inner power within. If you allow, if you allow yourself to speak up, if you allow yourself to really, really open up and be honest with yourself, not only your trading, but everything in life will come to you. So that's it for now. I think I should go away. We're gonna go. I will update you when we go to the news, and I'm gonna show you the live spread on Funded Engineer. Even I'm not affiliated with them, I really want to, but people are sometimes just yeah. So I do this for free. I give them a free exposure because I like them. I like how they are trying to do, how they perform. Even it's new, but there are a lot of benefit if you, yeah, do your own research. Don't buy a challenge just because of me or some shit. I am nobody. I am just here for me, for myself, and for you in a way. So any information you need to do your research, take the risk, understand the risk, and take full responsibility for every decision. That's what traders do. We take risk, we take responsibility. So see you on the next update. So we are very close to the news, around 10 minutes. So I think I'm gonna do some like recording every single. It's like a time lapse. You can see CAF is going a little crazy over here, and you can see that I think CHF right here. So I actually cut the bottom. So that is the thing I want to convey with you. If you want to have a beautiful trade like this, you need courage, you need confidence. And in order to have a confidence, you need data. You need to journal. Because if you are not confident in your strategy, in your execution, you will be afraid. And probably many of you gonna say like, moving stop loss to break even, take some partial out. Even right now, it go to my stop loss. I don't give a shit. And really, I mean, we don't know shit about how the trade gonna play out. It can go right straight to my take profit. It can go very near to my take stop loss and it turn around, and or it may go to your break even and then go to take profit. Or as long as you take partial, it go right straight to take profit. So there's no one size fit on when it comes to trading. Whatever fit you, do it. Only when you do it, you see it for yourself and you understand, like, is it for you or not. Even someone you like on Twitter, on YouTube, they do things differently. It doesn't mean that you should do the same. So New York is quite crazy. You see, if you take partial, probably you miss a move. So even it go to my take profit, I don't give a shit. Even right now, it go right to my stop loss, I don't give a shit. And I think that it takes me some time to accept that if I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. I trust myself before I enter the trade more than during the trade. That is the main reason why I use set and forget. But for some of you, probably you may need something else. Or some of you may trade like me. But who knows? Unless you tried it and you record it and you journal it and you collect data, we never know. See how it very close to my take profit and now it retraced. There's so many things can happen in live market condition. And does it look like your broker is scamming you? I don't give a shit. So trading is all about is having so many outcomes. And I have my way of trading, and right now when I just feel more comfortable on doing the things that I believe. And like I told you, I don't give a shit. So let's see how everything play out. And I want you to understand that seeing huge number profit fluctuating around, not Z number, it doesn't mean anything. I'm serious. I'm not saying it because I'm trying to be cool. I'm saying it because it really doesn't mean shit. My main job right now is collecting data. My main job right now is executing the trade flawlessly. Let the trade do its thing. And if I allow myself to manage the trade manually, then that's exactly what I will do. But if I let stop loss and take profit do my jobs, then I'm gonna trust it. I'm gonna trust it, right? So I hope I make my point clear. Again, the thing you hate me saying, live market condition right here. Yeah. We are going to have the news in 4 minutes. I think you see enough. I think I'm gonna zoom in on the funding engineer. So we are going to have the news on CFG. So on USD unemployment claim. Here we are going to have the big news in 2 minutes. See it? So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna show you the spread. So in funding engineer, you're gonna trade the pair withdrawal thing. Yeah. So USD, I am having USD CAD. So probably let's see how the news affects the trade. So far, I don't think that it can have a huge repay. This is not it is a big news, but not so big. So let's focus and let's see how the trend unfolds. We are 2 minutes until the news. I'm gonna give here is a live spread for you to consider. I don't know. I never traced the pair before, so I'm gonna show you maybe some major pair. So the news release, you can see how it's fluctuating around. And I think so far the spread is back to normal after 30 seconds. So look like we got some retracement on CHF. I think this one a lot of people gonna be very pissed off. Even I try to close the trade, it's just very quick. You never know. That's the reason why. So close to take profit. Now, if this trade go to stop loss, well, a lot of people are gonna comment funny thing. So you can see that the news has been released for 1 minute. So far, no slip pay. The spread is pretty good. You can see the spread is basically the same. After maybe 30 seconds, everything back to normal. And the take profit is just so far away. So probably not sure if it can go there. But so I just show you the real condition of the engineer on the news release. And that's just my experiences. So far, I think that's it for now. GU doing nice. US30 doing nice. This one I don't. This one I don't know. It looked like it can retrace back, but like I tell you, do I look like I worry? No, I never look like I stress for some shit. My face it's just oh I know, but I look older than my age, but it's irrelevant to my trading, I think. So I see you on the next update. And even you see we are in profits right now, and yes, I'm not going to close it because it's very hard to accept. But the sooner we understand that the fluctuating P&L is just a part of the game, and it's just here to fuck our mind up. And the sooner we detect ourselves from that, the sooner we're gonna claim our emotion, our mental capital back, and the more calm and stable in our state of mind we will be. And with a stable state of mind, it doesn't matter what you trade, what strategy you are using, you're gonna be profitable and you're gonna find your way in the market. Good luck. I see you on the next update. Alright, so as you can see right now is 9:30, so we're gonna see some volatility in US30. So a quick update is CHF GBY hit my take profit, and yeah, we got 6,000 with the GR. So probably this is the last update for today, and so far we still have some trade running, and I think I'm gonna hold some overnight. There are no news, so there. GBP we are floating around 60 pips, and still quite far away from the profit target. Another 60 pips. USD CAD so far they're just hanging around the entry. So probably I'm gonna update you on tomorrow. So what a day! The first day. So far, I hope that you got a lot of good values. Yeah, I try my best to convey the message and the experiences coming with live trading condition. Wow, seeing that you at 30 doing some shit, dancing around, look pretty nice. But like I say, we don't focus on the move. We don't focus on the P&L. And that is for me because the way I trade, I focus more on my plan. I focus more on my analysis, and I let stop loss and take profit do its thing. So I'm gonna see you tomorrow, and hopefully that tomorrow we will above 500k instead of below. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Netflix and probably go to bed. It had been a long day for me. See you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So I'm about to go to sleep, and you can see that currently we are up more than 10k, and there one trade which is GBP USD very close to my take profit, and I'm gonna just keep holding. And Dow US 30, you can see that it has some kind of volatility in equity opening, but then eventually it trade up, and I'm going to let it hit take profit. I'm not going to interfere. Euro again, Australia and USD CAD, they are still going sideways. So probably I'm gonna keep watching to see how it moves. So you can see that without me being this one, without me following my rules, and without me taking loss, probably I will not see the kind of big number. So the lesson here is that sometimes all we need to do is just focus on making the right choice and focus on the data driven decision instead of emotional decision. I mean, if now we are in profit and we try to, let's say, if I take partial here, probably I will end up having less profit than taking full the trade up. Or if we price trade up here and I move my, I mean, for example, down zone, I buy around here. If I move stop loss to break even, probably I have a stop out without seeing such impulsive swing. So like I say, we have so many different outcomes, and that also means that we have so many different ways to trade, to manage the trade. There's no right way, there's no wrong way, as long as you are making money and you are protecting yourself from the market in some way, then you're good. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. It's more about learning, but being subjective about everything you study, apply it on the chart, backtesting it, forward testing it to see if it is something you want to do or it is working for you, because we are wired in so many different ways. And I can make sure with you that not everyone can do set and forget, because even it doesn't require a lot of decision, it actually requires patience. It requires you to have enough data to back up for your decision. Otherwise, you're gonna doubt yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna close the trade when you should not. And for the trade, for example, on there are some trade gonna go to your stop loss and then go to your take profit, and that's when you're taking personally and deviate from your plan. So I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Even right now, I come back to my stop loss. I don't give a shit. And it's not easy, but if that is a price to be consistent, then let's do it.
Day 2.
Hello YouTube. So right now is there section of a new day, Friday, and you can see after around 20 hours, our GBP USD trade got into take profit. the downtrend US30 got into take profit as well. So that is pretty nice. From the moment I enter the trade, I think it is 13 hours. And so far, everything is nice. Let's go to MT4 here. So on the MT4, you can see that right now we only have a 2 position opening, and we got 1, 2, 3 trades got into take profit. So currently from negative 6,000, we are up now 11,000 with 3 winning trade in a row. And to be honest, that is something that do not happen regularly, because 3 trade in a row, usually from the data, the next trade gonna be a losing trade. So we got 1 and 2 trade left, and Z is Euro, AUD, and USD CAD. So USD CAD have been sideways for a while. I think probably 12 hours or something. But I will keep holding. And the same time, yesterday I got around 4 trading signal. But right now I look around, but I didn't find any setup. So no setup, no trade. Sometimes you got a lot of trading setup. Sometimes you just don't see anything, and if I don't see anything, I don't trade. Just simple as that. Let's go to the dashboard of the engineer. So welcome to the dashboard. So I want to show you that I actually have some failed challenge. The first one is this 100k. I passed phase 1, but then I failed on the phase 2 right here, bridge. And then I buy 2 challenge, which is 200k and another 200k. I fail on the phase 1, and then I buy another one on the phase on 500k. I pass the phase 1, I pass the phase 2, and right now I am trading the funded phase. And when I show the thing, my talks is that you're gonna give some of you who takes the video for what it is, the reality of trading, and my failures is my responsibility. My failure is where I grow. And I'm showing you that this 100k is actually a giveaway from the engineer for me to test the platform. And sadly, I failed. But after that, I bought the 1, 2, 3 big challenge with my money because I enjoy trading at this firm. I'm gonna click to my order. So you see, this is a giveaway account where they give me 1 account, and I am very grateful for it. The reason I show you this is one of the reasons you should do or should create content and to give out values. And even a lot of people gonna judge you, a lot of people gonna say shit about you, but as long as you believe in yourself and the value that you give, you can go far with a good heart. And sometime, someday along the road, some people are gonna recognize your efforts, your values as a human being, and from there they're gonna give you a giveaway. But I failed, and I show you that to give you some motivation to be yourself. And I think being yourself is one of the most powerful things. And then you can see I pay for all the remaining challenge with my money, and if I get the withdrawal, I will get this one refund. I think they're doing some discount on Twitter, so I got 30% off my budget with this night. With new firm, you got a lot of discount, but you got to understand that I am taking the risk. And let me be honest, even they scam me, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. Why? Because I make the decision, and if I fail to recognize a good version, if I fail to recognize a good firm, if that's someone else responsibility, no, it's me, and I gotta suck it up. With new firm, you got better rule, you got no time limit, you got discount, a lot of benefit, and usually that comes with risk. And either you understand the risk and take it, or you move on with some old firm. That is how we should approach new firm. All right, so here is a dashboard. You can see that currently I do have the max lot is 60,000 and the max daily lot is 30,000. And just a reminder, I got this at 12% max loss because I bought the account during a promotion. Usually ZD 10%, which is 50k, and ZD only around 25. 25k. So another benefit of taking the risk. And did I tell you anything about buying the firm, support the firm? I don't give a shit. I just share my experiences. You don't even find any affiliate code. You don't even find any affiliate link. Yeah, I should want to share the real thing. And if you buy the challenge, I don't have any commission, so you got to take responsibility for your decision, I guess. So you can see that even on the first day, I got negative 6,000. As you saw, I record every single trade, but eventually, my winning is bigger. You can see the win rate is low, and I promise you it will go a lot lower. From the data, my win rate is probably 30%, 35%, but because my risk reward is usually 1 to 3, so even I lost around 1 to 3 trades in a row, I'm fine. And it's way more complex than just risk reward, because you cannot just take a trade with a random decision and using high risk reward, using tight stop loss. Probably you're gonna get fucked up. Everything in your trading strategy, it got to be in sync with each other. And the reason I'm risking around 0.3% because I know that in the worst scenario, I have the possibility to get 10 losing trade in a row. That's the reason why I use pretty conservative risk for my trading account, for this trading account, from the trading stat that I have in my data. I mean, if I do have a 90% win rate and my risk reward maybe lower, then probably I'm gonna risk more. But like I told you, whatever you are risking, whatever you are trading, however you are trading, trust yourself. Only when we trust ourselves, then we will be honest with ourselves. And only when we be honest with ourselves, we're gonna collect and really channel our trades in a very genuine way where we can actually study and trust our data. And you can see that I actually trading a lot of pairs. I basically trade all the pairs. And I actually trade, in my previous video, you actually see me trade 1 or 2 pair. Blind trading indices, I only trade UK50 and UK 100 and sometimes US 30. But right now, with the way I am trading right now, I am confident to trade a lot of pairs, if not every single pair. And I am confident because I have something to back it up. And I know that there are a lot of successful traders. They only do 1 or 2 pairs maximum. But it doesn't mean that you could not trade multiple pairs. I know successful traders that trade a lot of pairs too. And I believe that we are not here to judge how others trade. We are here to find out what is the way that we want to trade. And the way I'm trading right now, it fit my personality, it fit my lifestyle. And it had been a few months. I don't know how it will turn out in a few years. But so far, I like the way it look. I like what I see in my data, in my channel. And yeah, so far, I hope you really enjoy the insight from the dashboard and something about the engineer. Yeah, so I will keep you updated. Here is another funny moment. The thing about new firm is that you can actually get into the leaderboard because they are only, I think, close to 2 months old. So they don't have a lot of funded trader like the old firm. That's the reason why you get easier to get into the leaderboard. And here I am, the Imperfect trader. So yeah, so far that's it. And the funny thing about the leaderboard is that it can give you, if you are new to this leaderboard thing, certificate thing, it's gonna fuck your mind up. Period. Like, even there are just some text on some ranking on this website, but as human being, we are very competitive. We like seeing things like this. It push our ego to the roof sometimes. And what happened next? We take stupid trade, simple as that. So again, whatever it is, I don't give a shit, and so should you. Because if you remember, because I don't give a shit about almost everything, that's the reason why I got into the leaderboard. And if I want to stay in the leaderboard, like getting higher and higher, then I need to keep practice my mindfulness. I need to keep practicing not giving a fuck about every single thing. I mean, not every single thing is a little savage, but I mean about the P&L, I mean about the ranking, I mean about the certificate, I mean about social media, yeah, the kind of thing. But of course, we got to focus on the next trade and focus on risk management. That is something that we should focus on. So see you on the next update. Alright, YouTube. So still a zero section. I am having a buy limit here on this indice, but look like I may have missed the entry, but just gonna wait and actually see another opportunity on US30. So we're gonna just place the trace again. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, right there. So you can see that I am risking 2,000 for 6,000, and K50 probably I should have her into the trade around here. I was thinking about it, but the thing is just moving really fast. So when prime moving really fast, it's better to use buy limit. But yeah, sometimes it's just really difficult to get in. But one missed trade is better than a losing trade, I guess. See, it's going down, picking me up probably. So I will say that currently we have a 3 running trade, 1 buy limit. Alright, new update again. So we have a K50 buy limit. Patiently wait, and we got the entry executed. And you can see here I'm risking 2,000. Not 2,000. So let's go 2,000. And I'm targeting 6,000. Yeah. So here is US30 trade, live market condition. Yeah. When I say things like live market condition, what I really want you to understand is that trading in live market condition and showing you the real emotion, the real things that happening in live market condition. That is what really matter. Even that this is not a live account, even this phase 1, even this phase 2, it doesn't matter as long as I have a like money on the line, as long as I put myself into a situation where if I lose, I lost something. And as long as that is live market condition, that's all that really matter, is that everything is real, everything is having some reflection in it. Because it's really weird how a lot of people spend a lot of time trying to figure out if how I face things, and it's just blow my mind away. Sometimes it's doesn't matter how hard you try, people just hate you naturally, and there's nothing you can do about it. But just focus on the thing that matter and focus on the value that you believe. And as long as you believe in what you do, you are on the right path. So K50. So far, I think here is a trade I'm taking. Pretty good so far. So I guess that I will show you everything on the next update. Currently, we're having 4 trade. We are risking in total amount of exposure 8,000. And for this one, I think it is showing gross amount. It is 2,000, not 200. And yeah, so far that is it for now. Losing or winning, they are just a part of a longer picture. And let's focus on what matters. Let's focus on the longevity. I see you on the next update. I hope you yeah, you get some value. And if you don't mind, click like and subscribe. I think or comment something. I think it had been a while since the last time I say things like that. But yeah, help me out. Spread the good values, because I believe this video has so many things that can actually resonate with a lot of us. So, like I say, see during A0 section, so probably the indices can be very quick and that can actually easily get to my stop loss. But at the same time, it can actually easily get to your take profit. So always think in probability, and always have the mindset of not giving a shit. So for trade, negative now. Most of them, 3 of them are negative. Only one is a little profit. So I'm gonna see you on the next update. Alright YouTube, so you can see we have a new trade opening. And currently this trade is on Euro USD. And what does that mean? Does that mean currently I'm having a trade on Euro against Australia, and these two trades they have a correlation between Euro. That's the reason why I'm gonna close one of them. You can see Euro and Euro. So because I enter a new trade which is conflicting signal with this one, so I'm gonna close this one. Cool. And close. So for now, currently we start the day with probably two lots, which is K50 and Euro AUD. So the trade on K50, the indices, it actually go to our stop loss, and then it going back up. Their trade will be easy, but their trade, they check our stop loss before they move, and that's okay. A part of the game. Don't check things personally. Just move on to the next trade. And here is the next trade. So currently I'm very bullish on EU. Let's see if we can get this trade. Here is a TP. So I will keep you updated. Here is the trade that I got stopped out. You can see I trade right into the stop loss. Yeah, just gonna let it be. See you on the next update. Alright, hello YouTube. So here is a new trade on UK 100, and there's some update on our old trade as well. There are some trade got stopped out. I am having a buy limit on GBP and GD as well. So currently here is how things look like. We have a one new trade and we have a two trade with the EU and US30 got stopped out. So far today we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 losing trade in a row. 4 losing trade. See? So that is a situation. We got this USD cat is running very nice. Let's see if we can actually got into the take profit tonight. There ain't nothing warranty. The Dow trade and the Euro trade is not very good. I think they are C setup. But what's done is done. Just part of the game. We move on. See you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So we just got a new trade open. A buy limit that I showed you about on GBP and GD. So after price go into my entry, it rallied right away, and I think it's nice. Sometime we're gonna get a very nice entry, and again, live market condition. So for today, we stop out 1, 2, 3 trades. We close one trade loss, and currently I'm having 3 opening trade. And let me be clear, I'm taking around 4 to 5 trades a day, sometimes more, sometimes less. And in order to do this, to be honest, if you take the outcomes, the P&L, personally, you will never be able to do this because it's gonna burn you out. And I'm pretty sure that it look easier from the outside, but when you hold a lot of trade and when you cannot detect yourself from the market, from the profits loss, then eventually they will get into your head, and slowly they burn you out, and slowly we will make poor decision, and before we know it, we blow out the account. I actually see an opportunity on Euro GBP, but I was a little afraid, so I missed the entry. So anyway, that is an update for London. I see you on New York. Focus on the process, and the P&L that will come, hopefully. So new trade open on Euro CHF. Risking 2,000 for 6,000. So here is the live market condition on trading view. To be honest, they kind of trades a I would say that it's very hard to open the trade sometimes, because even when the signal, the setup show up, my job is executing the trade. But sometimes if I look around and I see like conflicting signal from other concept, from other indicator, is actually influence my trading performances. And sometimes it helped me stay out of a bad trade, but sometimes the conflicting idea actually make me stay out of a very good trade as well. Um, and that's the reason why sometimes now I practice to think less and focus more on execution and trusting that market will just do its thing, and over a long period of time and over enough series of trade, I will come out profitable. So this is a new trade, and we have a 4 running trade. So far, USD CAD is pretty good. It's the most profitable right now, and this new trade look pretty scary indeed. But it is what it is. If I lose, then I lose. So I'm gonna see you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So this is a new trade on CAFGPY. Risking 2,000 for 6,000. And the update right now is that we have our Euro CAF have been stopped out right here. So today we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losing trade in a row. So overall we are down for, yeah, we are down today. Let me zoom in so you can actually see it. So we are down almost 4K. We lost 5 trades in a row. And so far right now, I have a 4 trades opening, and I have a 1 buy limit in K50, and probably we're gonna get that trade too. And so far I think that is pretty enough for today. So for currently, UK 100 can probably hit stop loss too, but there nothing warranty. I have the trade that go very near to my stop loss and then go to my take profit. So basically, every trade is mostly going against me right now, and we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trade open. So I think it's pretty enough for today. If I lose all the trade, I'm gonna lose 10K, and that's gonna make me end the week in red. But yeah, let's see how things unfold. Well, so far during losing streak, I will be lying if I say that it's not affecting my psychology, because it actually affect my psychology, and it give me emotion that am I doing the right thing. And when I burn myself into live recording like this, showing my loss to the world, people gonna having some fun. Some people gonna laugh, and some people gonna say things like, you should have done this, you should have wait for the payout, you should have do this. And that is the reason why I believe that having a strong mind and not giving a shit about unnecessary thing is really giving us a mental edge that a trader niche, because beside technical analysis, beside execution, beside trading management, beside everything, during losing streak, we need to understand that we have been here before, and we're gonna get out of it, and we're gonna be profitable again. So you can see a lot of red in my account, but so far I'm still profitable, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. I have no doubt that I will get out of the drawdown, and I will be in profits again. So I'm gonna see you on the next update. So far, you can see that every of my decision is very rational. I am not trying to do anything emotional. I have a little, of course, that I'm not like happy with my losses, but I don't know who gonna be happy with their losses. But the thing is, if you see me winning, that is normal. If you see me get to drawdown, and then I get out of it, and then I got into a drawdown, and then I get out of it, because during the drawdown, it is where the real trader is made. And if you can come out of the drawdown more than once, you are a true warrior. So I'm gonna keep you updated. Hello YouTube. So you can see that I got stopped out for another probably around 3 trades. Yeah. So that means I only have around 2 trades left running, which is HK50 and indice and USD CAD. So today we got some trade like USD30, a really nice trade, but it get to stop loss before it went very close to take profit. So during the time, I know that even you are watching and you're gonna feeling like I'm doing something wrong, or feeling whatever you want to, but as me in this circumstance, during the drawdown, the sooner I detect myself from the P&L, the sooner I re-navigate my focus into the process, into the execution of the next trade, the sooner I can get out of the drawdown and get to be profitable again. So I'm gonna see you on the next update. So far we are losing 8 trades in a row, and that look pretty scary, but I trust my data, I trust my strategy, and more than anything else, I trust myself. So see you on the next update. It's too soon to say anything.
Weekend reflection.
Hello YouTube. So what I just did is during a week, usually I spend some time, especially during the weekend, I usually write things down, the things that I am grateful for, the things that I want to see happening in my life, and it's like a way to practice gratitude, to practice love, and to practice visualization about the life you want. And there's something very different between writing things down and typing on the computer, because when you wrote things down in paper, it feels more connection, it feels more spiritual, and it feels more energetic, like I am really going there instead of just typing on the computer. I don't know, it feels more, yeah, you should try it sometime. And weekend, usually as a trader, especially as a new trader, we really want weekend to end so we can actually start trading. Especially I end up on a Friday with a huge drawdown, like 8-9 losing trade in a row, and I think that's not a good way to end the week, especially on Friday. So I'm gonna remember the next time I trade on Friday. This is something to remember. But during the weekend, it's time for reflection, it's time for gratitude, it's time for reviewing, it's time for liberation, and it's time for family. And I hope that you enjoy your weekend, and I hope that you make it count. I'm gonna see you on the next week, and let's stay strong.
Day 3.
Alright, YouTube, so what you just saw is I actually placed another 1, 2, 3 new trade on a Monday opening, and yeah, like I say, I see the trade, I execute it. I don't think too much. So set a Bitcoin trade, and still the same thing, feeble retracement, nothing really complicated, and CAF, GPY as well, and AUD and GD. So you can see that currently we are down 5k. I'm gonna keep you updated. So we have our 5 opening trade. I see you on the next update. So we got a new trade on CAD GPY, and also I want to update about HK50. So we got HK50 stop it out. So on trading view, here is the trade that we got stopped out. So you can see that we ended the trade on Friday, and here we have a like market close for around 1 hour, and then when market opens again, it actually stopped us out, and then it rallied rapidly. So it's quite important. But if we lose, we lose. We move on to the next trade, right to the stop loss, and then rally. So I'm gonna see you on the next update. So right now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trade running. Alright, so that is a new trade on EU. So here is a trade on trading view, live market condition, and right now the total risk exposure for all the trade is 12,000, which is I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trade opening, and 5 trades in forex pair and 1 trade in crypto. And today we lost one trade, and that's it for now. I'm gonna keep you updated, and I think I'm gonna piss some people off because some people they're gonna trade 1 or 2 trades a day, but the thing is, when I trade like the way I do right now, I don't really spend a lot of time on the chart. Most of the time I spend like a few minutes every 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, not really a lot of time. But because right now I am recording, so sometimes it's really time consuming. But for this euro again American dollar trade, it's gonna take some time. Probably 4 to 12 hours for price to unfold. Yeah, because it's just different timing and different range compared to other trades. I'm not sure if you understand it, but yeah, so far that's how things look like. I'm gonna keep you updated. See ya. And even right now we are in drawdown and we lost a lot of profits. Stick to the process. Stick to execution, and after enough larger sample size, after 10 trade, 20 trade, 50 trade, 100 trades, you're gonna see something different. Hello YouTube. So right now is London session, and I had a buy limit on AUD USD, but price didn't trigger. Um, I placed a buy limit around this region. After this candle, after this candle, but it never retraced. It just goes straight up. So I missed the entry. That is quite unfortunate. Sometimes is we got really good trade, but it just ran away and we missed the chance. So okay, so the update is this: we have a 1, 2, 3, 5 trade left. We got stop out on AUD and GD. So today we are down 4K. We lost 2 trades. We have our 5 trades running. 1 trade from last week and 4 trade today. So you can see that overall everything is just me executing the trade when I see the setup, and then I hold to stop loss and take profit. One of the crucial thing when you have like so many trades running is that you should never open them at the same time. You should find a way to balance things out if you like have a correlation in the pair that you are trading, like USD CAD and CAD GPY. Even they have a Canadian in the pair, but the correlation is very different. And how different? Probably you will have to find out yourself. So I missed one good trade on AUD USD. Quite sad, but it is what it is. We always get new opportunity. We have a no fear of missing out, because the way I trade right now, I have plenty of signal to trade, and sometimes it's losing trade, sometimes winning trade. As long as we stick to the rule, as long as we stick to the right mindset, and as long as we don't let the outcome sneaking into our hand, we should be fine. So I see you on the next update. And again, P&L running doesn't mean shit. Alright? TB or stop loss. Hello YouTube. So we just have a new trade open on AUD and ZD. Here is a trade on TradingView. So ZA0 section, I got stopping out on this pair once, and right now we got a new signal, so I just executed a new trade, and this make the total opening trade right now is 6 trade, and total risk exposure is 12,000, which is 2%. And yeah, that is how it look right now, because we have our 6 opening trades, so probably we're gonna see some fluctuating on the P&L. And let me be clear, if I take any of this trade personally, then I will never be able to hold a lot of trades like this. The reason that I can hold trades to like huge profit, huge risk reward, is because I focus on making the decision based on my data instead of my emotion. And I'm gonna see you on the next update. I hope if you are trading one pair, or if you are trading just one or two trades a day, then I totally respect that. But in this video, it's just not the way I trade, and I hope you respect my trading as well. So I see you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So next update. A new trade open on HK50. You can see on trading view right here. This is a new trade on HK50. And we have a one trade stop it out on CHF GBY, which is right here. So we have a price trade a little bit to the upside, and then eventually it trade right straight into stop loss in the London section. So today we are down 6k. We stopped it out to three trades, and right now with a new trade open, we have a total trades of 6 trade. I got to see another opportunity, but because we have already 6 trade opening, and I think that is plenty of trades, so I'm not going to open more. I saw an opportunity in GU, but we already have a EU, so EU USD CAD. So I'm good. I'm gonna let the trade play out. So currently the total risk exposure is 10k, and with the amount that we lost today is 6k, that means in the worst scenario we could lost 16k, and that is still way below the daily max loss. So I'm gonna see you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So a quick update, and probably the last update of the day as well. So the trade on HK50 had been stopped out. So probably today I lost 2 trades on this indice. So we got stopped out for 4 trades, and currently beside 5 trade left, I harvest one of the trade on AUD USD. A buy limit. It actually triggered during New York session, and here's how it looked like. So far we are down for the day, and I'm gonna hold all the trade overnight, and probably gonna keep you updated. So here's how every trade look like. The trade on EU, currently we're at a break even, and to be honest, it didn't look good. The trade on CHD GBY consolidating, but look very weak. Bitcoin trade look very promising. AUD and GD very more than halfway to take profit. USD CAD, the trade from last week, and so far it looked pretty weak as well. So in 6 opening trade, we have 2 good trade that have a potential to hit take profit, and we have a 4 trade which is possible to hit stop loss, but that is from what I see, and I don't know that as a fact. That's the reason why I'm just gonna stick to the strategy and the data itself. So beside some of my trade, I decided to open another trade on gold, and this trade is going to be a little longer term compared to the opening trade, because usually I trade based on 15 minutes, but this one is 1 hour, so it's gonna take like 4 times longer than my usual trade to unfold. And let's see if we're gonna get the trade, and I'm gonna see you on the next update. So for right now, total risk exposure is 14,000, which mean around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trade opening. And I'm gonna piss some people off with that many trade opening. And like I say many times, the less you focus on how I trade, the more you're gonna find. I mean, the easier and the faster you're gonna find your way to trade better. Every hours we're gonna trade very, very different, and the sooner you realize that, the better. See you.
Day 4.
Hello YouTube. So here is the new update, A0 section, and I should open a new trade on GBP and here you can see the spread a little bit high during A0 section for this pair. So yesterday in New York section, price just consolidating around and doesn't really move much. That's the reason why I still have 7 trade left, and with the new trade now I have a trade opening. So probably due to CPI is coming and market is quite indecisive, and probably I will find some way to scale down or managing my position during the big news. But most of the time I'm not really afraid unless I have so much of risk exposure. Yeah, so far I'm gonna keep you updated. My total risk exposure right now is 2.5%. 2.5% for all the trades. And probably one of the most trades opening of this month. I'm gonna see you on the next update. Hello YouTube, a quick update. I just have a buy limit on HK50 trigger during A0 section, and that make my total trades opening right now is 9 trade, and my total risk exposure is around 18,000. 18,000, a little bit more than 3% in my total risk exposure. And probably we're gonna see some trade close during London session, I think. The reason that I have such huge amount of trades opening because market had been quite slow and more trades are just ranging, going sideways and not really result in stop loss or check profit. That's the reason why I still have some trade opening from last week, like USD CAD, or some trade I opened from yesterday. And if you don't have a strategy, if you don't have a confidence in the way you trade, I guarantee you you cannot manage to hold such huge amount of trade, because when you manually managing your trade and you have such huge amount of trade opening, there are going to be like a lot of ideas, a lot of analysis, a lot of talks going into your mind, and sometimes it's very conflicting and it just burn you out. That's the reason why the way I trade right now, I make a lot of decisions based on my data, and to be honest, if I lose an account, I don't give a shit. And with that mentality, even with that mentality, I don't really want to lose an account. But if I lose, I'm gonna lose it the right way, and I'm gonna lose it by executing the right thing and making the right decision. Sometimes you make the right decision, but you will still lose. But that losing streak, that losing trade, gonna result in a very beautiful data where you can actually study and improve yourself as a trader compared to you over leverage, compared to you do something that our plan, compared to like revenge trading or FOMO. Whatever you do, when you make emotional decision and you win or you lose, it doesn't matter. What matters is that result is, if you win, you cannot repeat that over and over again. If you lose, that kind of data is kind of useless because you act based on your emotions. So how can you have enough confidence the next time you trade that setup? We cannot rely on our emotion all the time. It's very unstable way to trade for a living, to trade for a difference. And that's all I have to say. So I hope that seeing night trades opening like this is my way to trade. And I'm not going to judge your way, but I'm not going to let you get into my head either. I'm not going to let other people's idea get into my head. I am fully responsible for my result. I am fully responsible for my trade and my performances because I can simply open like one or two trade and risking 1 or 2%, and that is still very similar than what you're trading right here and what you're seeing right here, and you cannot really judge me. But I design a risk parameter where I allow myself to have a more opening position, but I had to risk less. So basically, they are the same. It should look more scary. It should look more harder to manage. All right, so I guess that I'm gonna see you on the next update. I try to explain a lot, and if you know, you know. If you hate, you hate. I'm gonna see you on the next update. So far, everything is kind of going sideways, so not really. Hello YouTube. So just a quick update on the situation. So you can see that currently most of the trade are going up against me, and they want trade very close to stop loss. So from now until New York session, probably I'm gonna limit myself from entering to new position. Not really that I am afraid of the news, because I'm not really risking much on every trade, but because I have a quite enough position opening, so it's not really necessary to open more trades for the moment. That's the reason why I'm gonna let some trade play out first, because market had been going sideways for a while and it is quite annoying, to be honest. We have a one trade that halfway to take profit, but it has been probably 12 hours or something, and it's very slow market condition. So I'm gonna see you on the next update, probably in a London session. So far, I'm not going to do much. Like I say, I let the stop loss and take profit do its thing. If I micro managing every trade and I have a lot of trade opening, I gotta fuck myself up. So I gotta see you on the next update. Stay disciplined, stay mindful, and not giving a shit about the result. All right, I'm gonna let the trade play out. For today, I have two new trade. Yeah, two new trade. One on GBP and one on HK50. Two new trade, and the remain are just trade from last week and yesterday. Hello YouTube, new update. So we got GBP CHF, stop it out. So the first trade of the day, close in stop loss. We lost 1 hour, and I have around 8 trades left. One trade very close to take profit, which is HK50, and another trade quite disappointing is that on AUD and GD right here, you can see that price go very close to take profit, but eventually it is reversing to my entry. Now, here is an example of a trade that go very close to take profit and then it's reversing, and it actually have a possibility to hit my stop loss, and that is a part of the probability as well. If I think a lot of people are gonna see in hindsight and they're gonna say like I should have a take partial here, a little partial here, and then probably even now prior go to my stop loss, I will have like some profits. Well, the thing is, if I micro managing all the trade, do you think that I can actually manage like a opening trade with huge P&L fluctuating around like this? I will not. And if I keep monitoring and looking at the chart, probably I'm gonna do something stupid. Probably I may collect a trade right here, or maybe I see price retrade and I panic and I close at break even. There's so many things can happen, and I want you to want to show you this. This trade it go sideways for a while, and then it go very near my stop loss, but now it is at break even. And of course, this trade actually have a possibility to read the take profit up here as well. So the one thing that recently I accepted is that I don't know shit about market and how price gonna move. I also give up on the fact that I want to know like the meaning behind every move. I just give up on that because I don't care, and I don't feel like it's healthy for my performances, for my mental, for my trading in the long run. Especially, I mean, it's okay for me to looking around, see the fluctuating P&L, or checking to see if wow, okay, so new update. I actually have a buy limit on UK 100, and I didn't think that it would trigger, but price retrace and look like we got a new trade. Alright, so that is the new trade on UK 100. So back to what I am saying, I am allowing myself to trade and make the decision based on the data that I collected. I am limiting myself to explain the move, to know everything, and to really like optimize the system every single day, because I just not that kind of trader. I try to be. I try to be a really good trader, some like knowing what's coming, manual managing the trade, make a lot of emotional decision. Really, I mean, I really try to be a discretionary trader with 100% manual execution and management, but it just doesn't work, especially for my personality. So I give up on that and I unlearn a lot of stuff. In a sense, I allow myself to be a little stupid. And I think the power of allowing yourself to be okay with the simplicity of our strategy is that it give me peace and it give me like it just feel very easy to be in the flow for and it just feel easier and it just feel like I can really do this. And of course, I'm gonna keep collecting the data and hopefully after a series of thousands of trade maybe I'm gonna see a bigger picture and how to really make it like I don't know to go to really deep into this. It's just the way I trade. And I never really care about comparing strategy or talking about how other traders should do this, do that, because I believe that as long as we find a way to make money in this market, and at the same time we have a certain amount of risk management, knowing how to protect ourselves, then that's fine. Other things, other drama, who is a bad trader, who give a shit. So I'm gonna see you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So just a quick update. We are very close to New York session. So we got stopped out on UK 100s. So I think a lot of people are gonna be a little pissed off with the win rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 losing trade in a row. Currently, we have some trade really close to take profit, but they are hanging around. For example, let's have a look. Firstly, probably HK50, they are just hanging around. Take profit is up here. We have a EU, I think around 40 pips away from take profit. So you can see that I still letting stop loss and take profit do share shop. I don't really monitor the trade or check my loss. Personally, the moment you care about the P&L, that moment the market is gonna suck you in and it's gonna make you suffer. And when you trading and suffering at the same time, usually your result is gonna be very emotional and painful. So I actually want to open some trade, but from what I see, we still have plenty of trade, and we are very close to the CPI's announcement. So I'm gonna wait until the news, and probably I'm gonna take some new trade on New York section, but not right now, because right now it's pretty safe for me to actually hold some trade. You can see when my trade is in profit, it's easier to hold during the news. If some of my trade are very close to stop loss, usually I'm gonna just close the trade before the news. Because if your trade are in profit, well, usually it's very hard to get slippage. But let's say the news is about to release and your trade is right here, then the possibility of you getting some slippage down here is very huge. So I just share you how to hold the trade during the news and what trade is possible and what trade you should take care of. And yeah, so far we are. I think some people are gonna say things like, "Well, I should close the trade. I should, get back to break even at 500k." Like I told you, I'm going to trust my data. I'm going to trust the strategy. I'm gonna let take profit do its job or stop loss. It's a P&L. I don't give a shit. See you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So we are 20 minutes away from the CPI announcement. So currently, exactly how our trade look like, and my decision is that I am going to hold throughout CPI, and let me tell you why. Before I continue, I want to remind you that trading CPI is gambling, and especially if you open the trade or placing buy stop, buy limit, sell stop, sell limit few minutes before the news release, that basically gambling. Now, if you do that, probably you're gonna get wrecked. And the best way is that you're gonna wait after the news a few minutes. Then when market gets stable, then you trade. The reason that I am holding throughout CPI, here is a reason why. So CPI is gonna happen and it's gonna really affect US dollar. So when I measure the range of CPI volatility during the past few months, it usually have a really huge candle of a range itself is around 60 pips for the XY. And what does that mean? Does that mean that in the worst scenario, it's going to take out this high on the XY? And this high, it means I'm going to show you, for example, the trade I am having on EU. So on EU, let's say CPI release, it's going to take out this low. And my stop loss is down here. What does that mean? Does that mean the chance of me getting slippage is very low? And for example, another trade on AUD USD. So here is a trade. So you can see that basically my stop loss is down here. So even the trade go and take out the low, then I lose. I will not get stop out. I will not get slippage. Highly likely. And for example, the trade on Bitcoin, usually the volatility range of Bitcoin for CPI is around probably 300 pips. And my stop loss is 300 pips away. So here. So I'm pretty fine with the trade. And let's say for another trade is HK50. This one is an Asia index, so I'm not really worried that it will be really like a huge impact due to CPI. So far in the worst scenario, let's say in the worst scenario, I'm gonna get stop out for all the trade, and does that mean I'm gonna lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trade? That means around 16k. 16k plus with today I lost 4k. That means 20k, and my max daily loss is 30k. So in the worst scenario, I will lose like 20k if all the trade close, all the profits erased, and all the stop loss get hit. Then I will lose 20k in total amount of losses. In the worst scenario, I got slippage. Even worse, then probably I get another 5k. So far, I am pretty confident that the current opening trade can actually handle the CPI. That's the reason why I'm gonna keep holding, and I'm taking full responsibility for my action. No complaint. The one trade that very close to take profit is HK50. If say a trade that very close to stop loss, like I told you, I will check closer because it may have a like very high chance of getting slippage. But most of my trade they are not close to stop loss right now. We are 15 minutes before the CPI, and probably I'm gonna give you the live trading during CPI as well. So you can see on Go, I'm gonna say that I will say that the trade that I think may have some kind of slippage will be Go. Usually in CPI, the volatility range of Go is around 200 up to 250 pips. So from here, let's say it moved more than 200 pips, then probably I'm gonna get some slippage. So instead of losing 1R, I have a potential to lose 1.5R. And am I okay with losing 1.5R? If that happens, yes. You need to understand the risk. And once you understand the risk and you still take it, then the final thing you do is you take responsibility. Just simple as that. And I know that, like I told you, if you don't have any position, you should never open a trade before the news, especially just a few minutes away from the CPI. The trade that I am holding right here, most of them are from yesterday, from last week. So it actually have room room to move, and like anything, there risk. And I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna do the same trade management, stop loss or take profit. And you can see all the trade got stop loss in advance and take profit as well. So I'm gonna see you on the live trading section on CPI. That is how I prepare myself, how I calculate the risk to understand more about the possibility of how much I can lose and can I violate the daily loss limits as well. It's very important that you evaluate the risk and understand it. If you take risk without really seeing what is coming, then probably you will get hurt. At the end of the day, it's you versus you. And as long as you take responsibility, no one can actually say shit about how you should do things. So, trading news is extremely risky. And unless you know what you are doing, please don't trade news. Only trade after the news. What I'm doing is I'm holding throughout the news. That is very different. I'm gonna see you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So we are very close to the CPI, probably just a few seconds away. So I'm gonna show you how the spread look like on here how the spread look like on funding engineer live market condition. Here how gold look like. We have a few trade running like crazy. I have everything stop loss and everything is in advance. So you can actually see that so far I think the condition is excellent on on funding engineer. You can see I didn't have like a lot of slippage so far. Let's see on EU price consolidating. Here is EU. So you can actually see the spread on major pair right here. So far everything looks very strong, but yeah, I think we got check profit on one pair. I just don't know what it is. I'm going to let things run for a little bit so you can actually see the line spread of funding engineer on on CPI. I think this is one of the things that really separate good firm from bad firm. And the chart is your. I'm here just as a trader. I see good firm. I try to help them to show the world that how good they are. If I see the bad firm, I do the same. Oh, alright. So we got take profit on AK50. Is it?
Sorry, not that trade. Here, we very close to take profit on HK50. So everything back to not normal again. You can see the spread is very good. All right, so let's see what trade that hit take profit. Wow, AUD USD. So see, so you can see that I say that the worst scenario is gonna go down here in this low, but my stop loss is even lower. That's the reason why sleep pay is very hard to happen, but it is still possible in case of huge data differences between previous data and the current data. But so far, let's check the CPI news. So here is the news for CPI, and it actually looked pretty ugly for USD. So if the XY is weak, what does that mean? That means everything is good for our trade, most of our trade. So I'm gonna turn off this thing. You can see that the spread on forex pair is basically pretty good. And one of the things that beyond spread is sleep pay and the execution, because sometimes execution and sleep pay is something that is quite difficult to really see. Like only when you trade on that broker brought from yourself is extremely difficult to really know, and I cannot really tell you because you need to trade, you need to experience it, that execution speed, that sleep pay during high impact news. But to be honest, most of new traders they just avoid news at the very first place. And when you trade on 1 minute in high impact news and you got sleep pays, then wherever you go, you always get sleep pays. So I think that's it for now. Let's see. Most of the trades are pretty good. Only Bitcoin, you can see, even it has some kind of huge candle, but no sleep base so far. We have some trade that are very close to take profit. We have a Euro and HK50, very close to take profit target. Let's see if we can get it. And I will let you know on the next update. So that's how like price action on CPI look like on Funding Engineer. I'll see you on the next update. And the reason trading during the news is gambling, because I mean trading before the news. When you open a trade, if that's based on 1 hour perspective or 4 hour perspective, maybe you can survive sleep pace. But if you open based on 15 minutes, 5 minutes, then when price move a huge big candle, gap up, gap down, probably you're gonna lose twice, sometimes 3 times, 4 times than what you risk. So when that happens, you're not only gonna lose 4 times than your risk, but you're gonna have some kind of psychology mess up, and you're gonna do stupid things because you're gonna feel very hungry and you want to revenge, and before you know it, you start from phase one again. So here we go. We survived the huge candle, and it is around 200 pip, like I say, volatility range. So everything back to normal. I'm gonna see you on the next update. Understand the risk, evaluate the risk, take risk, and responsible for it. Simple as that. Hello YouTube. So I just entered a new trade on Arrow GBY, and due to some lot size mistake, I close this one and I reopen another one with correct sizing right here. See, so still same thing, risking 2,000 and targeting 6,000. So for right now, we have a 2 trade very close to take profit. We have a 1 trade still negative, which is Bitcoin, and we have our CAD, CBY just break even and just consolidating around. We have our AUD and ZD very close to take profit. Now
they look pretty weak right now, and their possibility of getting stopped out. But that is just the observation. That's not a fact, and I don't really trade based on like what I think, like even what I see. I plan the trade, and I'm going to just respect that plan and let it play out. So probably this is the last update of the day, and so far I'm thinking about entering another trade on US 30, but I missed the entry right here, so I will not try to chase a move. So that's it for now. So today we are up only, yeah, not much, only 1,000. And as you can see, we only have a 3 trades close. So far we have a lot of trade very close to here it is very close to take profit. And wow, probably you're gonna see it. Can it go to take profit? Yeah, probably very close. So I'm gonna see you on the next update, probably tomorrow. I try my best to be like transparencies and giving you all the update as possible. But sometimes it's just quite time consuming and tired at the same time. So I'm gonna see you on the next update.
Day 5.
Hello YouTube. So I just worked out, so there is a little delay in the update. But here we are in an Asia section of a new day, and you can see that overnight I have a CAD and HK50. Like previous update, we hit take profit for 2 trade. We hit stop loss for gold. Unfortunately, well, gold trade down in New York afternoon section, and it hit my stop loss. And AUD and ZD, finally it hit my stop loss as well. And I'm gonna show you this here on trading view. You can see that after around more than 1 day, probably around 1 day and 13 hours from very close to take profit, now we got stopped out, and I do not give a shit, and let me tell you why. Now I want you to looking at the CAD that we hit we hit take profit. So price consolidating and hanging around very close to my stop loss, but eventually yesterday New York afternoon session it hit my take profit, and that is, to be honest, quite unexpected. But you can see the similarity in two of these trades, very close to stop loss, then hit profit, and very close to profit, then hit stop loss. And I know that it's not very sexy way to manage the trade, but it's very mechanical and it's very easy to scale and very easy to manage. And overall, they balance things out. And that's why I don't really give a shit about losing a trade that I was very close to take profit, because we never know anything for a fact. We can only know it's like at a certain percent. So let me update the situation. So right now we have a few trade opening. Today I opened 2 new trade. Let me show you. The first trade I just opened is on AUD USD. So yesterday we hit take profit and now price retrace. And from my perspective, I am expecting AUD USD to push higher. So I see the signal. I executed the trade. And here you can see that I actually enter another trade on US 30. So far, that's how it looks for now, because I already have a trade on AUD, USD, and an old trade on EU. So probably I'm gonna cancel the buy limit on NZD, USD, because they have some kind of correlation. So far, here is how things looks, and I'm gonna just keep executing based on the data. We have another buy limit on CAD, CAH. Alright, so here is the dashboard of the account. We are at the day 5 right now. So you can see that my win rate is around 22%, not very high, but I still managed to be profitable, and I think I should like overcome one of the longest shortout in this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14 losing trade in a row. And you see it all the way from the beginning of the video, and you can see that how if you take loss personally, do you think that your mind, your mental capital, your mental capital and your mental health, do you think that you can handle the kind of loss in a row? Probably not. So the sooner you detect yourself from the result, the better it is for your performances, and the easier for you to actually have some stability in the way you make decisions. Because when you don't give a shit about how the outcome look like, every next trade is gonna be equally the same. And when every trade is equally good, after a series of trade, if you do have an edge, highly likely that you're gonna come out with some profit. But if you let the win and loss get into your head, then the highly likely that the next trade gonna be very emotion, and it's gonna be poorly executed, and that's when things going wrong. And you can see that I share a lot of pair. Today I don't think that I open a lot of trade, maybe three trades, not really much compared to Monday. But so far you can see that if you keep believing in your edge, if you do have an edge, and just keep executing. The harder things about trading is that when you're in drawdown, everything seems to be dark, and everything seems to be impossible, and they no light as a tunnel kind of stuff. Even there is, when we are in drawdown, our mind is cloudy, our decision is very difficult, and the way I trade is not the best way. But for me, it is the most stable way right now. I give up on a certain amount of things. I unlearn a certain amount of things. I remove a lot of things from myself. I keep things simple, and I should keep executing and collecting data. And I focus on making data driven decision instead of focusing on the P&L, focusing on how other traders do, how they trade just one trade a day and still make a living. I just don't give a shit about any of the thing anymore. I focus on my thing, and I trust myself more, and I keep executing. So far, it serves me well. And I hope that this video bring you some values. You should never trade like me. Find your way. Trust yourself. Hello YouTube. So the Asia section is over, and I got a new trade open on Australia 200, an Asia index, and so far it is really how our trades look like. They're still fluctuating around. There no trade that close to take profit, and there no trade that close to stop loss too. I have a two pending orders, but they are not triggered yet. So this is how it looks so far. So let's see if in the London session we can actually have some trade up and running, either to stop loss or to take profit. So far, there no volatility in Asia session. So I guess that I'm gonna see you on London session. I will keep you updated. Hello YouTube. So a quick update on how things going. So we got a buy limit on HK50 have been triggered in pre-London. So far here's how things look like. So far I have a trade opening. So a trades that mean the total risk exposure is around 16,000, and today we are down 2,000. So yeah, still very far away from the max daily loss. And today we have the PPI news. So that's the reason why I'm gonna try to let you see the live streaming in New York session during the news. We have our FOMC, but that's like my sleeping time, so probably I will miss that. And depend on how market is gonna move on London session and New York session, I will calculate the risk and yeah, and decide what trade to hold, what trade I should close before the FOMC. So I'm gonna see you on the next update. So you can see that I am very mechanical in the ways I manage the trade, and when I see the trade, I execute it. The main things I use is Fibo retracement and using Fibo extension for the target, and that's it. I don't really try to complicated things, and I accept that I will lose more than I win. But over the long run, my expected value will be positive, and that's what I focus on. Executing, collect data, and focus on a bigger picture. Short-term outcome, I practice to not giving a shit. So I see you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So right now is London section, and you can see that most of the trade is running in our favor. We have a USD CAD, a trade from last week. I think I have been holding it for like 5 days, and it's very close to take profit right now. And like usual, I'm not going to interfere. I don't micromanaging the trade. It's very time consuming and like easy to get emotional as well. So far, every trade is positive. We have a one trade still negative is HK50. Another indice that I took on midnight open is Australia 200, and it halfway to the target. Really nice trade. So right now, beside opening position, I actually have two buy limit. You can see that CAD, CHF, it go very close to my buy limit, but it just go right straight up. So probably I'm gonna cancel it. We have a GBP cat. I have a buy limit here as well, but look like price couldn't trade down to it. So that's how things look right now. And I'm not going to focus on the P&L. I'm just here to update you about the situation, and I'm gonna update you again when we are close to the PPI announcement in New York session. See you on the next update. Hello YouTube. So I want to update the new trade by limit trigger on NZD-CHF. Here is how the trade look like. The same risk parameter. I'm risking 2,000 for 6,000. And so far you can see that we have a pretty huge P&L because I have a three trades very close to my take profits, which is USD CAD, Euro GBY, and an indice, Australia 200 right here. So far you can see that everything is going in our favor, but it can really shift rapidly during the new section PPI announcement. So probably I will see what I can do, and I will calculate the risk and prepare for the New York section. So far, because this week price is moving a little slow, not really like trending. That's the reason why some trade take really long time to unfold. You at the CAD I have been holding for 5-6 days. On Euro GBY I have been holding for more than 1 day. So I'm going to see you on the next update. Don't focus about the P&L. I know that is very difficult, but the less we spend time looking at the huge number, huge profits, and the less we care about the result, the more energy we have to spend it on things that matter, like trade execution, like trade management, and living life. Because to be honest, if I say that I'm not happy seeing the kind of huge number, I'm lying, because I do have an emotion when I see the number. But I have been here for so long, and I know for a fact that seeing the profit and loss is okay, but letting the number get into our head is where the disaster gonna happen. So I'm gonna see you on the next update. Stay disciplined, focus on the right things, and the right result will unfold. Focus on the wrong thing, and we're gonna make the wrong decision. And wrong decision gonna lead to, you know what it's led to. See you. Hello YouTube. So as you can see, we are just 7 minutes before PPI announcement. So I have a look back around 1, 2, 3, 4 months, and to be honest, PPI, the volatility range of PPI is not as strong as FOMC or CPI, to be honest. So I'm going to let you see the opening trade right now. So as you can see right now, most of my trades are really close to take profit. And if that is the case, then I'm going to hold every one of them throughout PPI. No trade is really near the stop loss. So now let's see. Today we are down for one trade, stop it out. So far we are down 2,000, and with 9 trades opening, that means my risk exposure is around 18,000. 18,000 with 2,000. So in the worst scenario, I'm gonna lose like 20k, and my daily loss limit is 30k. So in case I got some huge slippage or something, I don't think that I'm gonna lose like another 10k. So I think I'm good. So that's the reason why I'm going to hold. So yesterday on the CPI day, the volatility range when I measure previous month is around 60 pips for US dollar, and for PPI the volatility is around 20 to 30 pips. So basically it's pretty normal, to be honest, and that is the reason why I don't really afraid. So with current situation, I think I'm gonna hold throughout the PPI. It's around another 2 minutes until the news, and I'm going to give you live trading on MT4, so you can actually see like how the live trading condition of funded engineer during PPI. Alright guys, you are seeing that we are 30 seconds away from the PPI, and I'm here. You can look at as the market watch, and you can see that how price gonna be fluctuating around. You can see the S line, you can see the spread. So here you see here in my take profit, do you see any slippage? Do you see any spread widening? Not really. That's the reason why I don't really afraid of PPI. It's not strong as CPI or not scary as CPI. So you can see the spread of major pair and cross pair as well. So basically everything back to normals again. Usually for the kind of news, after 1 minute, most of the prop firm or broker, this is the spread back to normal. So the next thing I'm gonna be worried about is FOMC. Let's check the data. So here you have the data look like, and it look pretty bearish for the XY USD index. But to be honest, I don't really trade based on fundamental because I am not good at fundamental analysis, and usually I just monitor and see the data, but I'm not really allow myself to trade based on fundamental analysis or news. But it's still nice to see that it's good for our trade, right? So far you can see that the PPI, it really just moved price a little bit, really boring as hell. It's not even 10 pips. That's the reason why I say that it's not scary. So the next thing to worry about is FOMC. Yeah, FOMC a little bit stronger than CPI, similar level of volatility, and yeah, it is a little scary to be honest. So we have our one trade is very close to take profit, which is EU. So I guess I gotta keep you updated. Even right now, we are in very low P&L, but like I say, I focus more on collecting data, and I focus more on executing the signal once I see it. Usually during the time is where I actually in the new trade if I see something, but because we are going to have a FOMC, so and I have a plenty of opening trade already, so I'm focusing more on closing trades instead of opening more. So I see you on the next update. And again, live market condition. You actually see live trading in PPI, CPI, and sometimes non-farm payroll. I try to give you a really the realist picture of trading. See you. Hello YouTube. So you can see that we have a trade hit TP, which is EU, and another trade lost stop at L, which is US 30. So on the EU trade, I hold the trade for 2 days and 7 hours. For US 30, I just entered today, but yeah, we'll stop it out during the news probably. And so here is how the trade, how remain trades look like. And to be honest, I think that so from what I consider about FOMC is that the pair of the USD pair, any pair that has USD in it is gonna be getting some kind of really huge volatility. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to close the trade with USD, and I'm gonna close the indice as well because I'm gonna leave some trade running, and I'm gonna close all the pair that I believe is gonna be affected by FOMC. The reason that I close because they are very close to take profit. So if price cut in the middle, then probably gonna hold, but it's very close to take profit. So now basically it's just not worth it. So I gonna close all the trade. But the thing is, when I collect data, I still collect the data based on take profit and stop loss. That's how I get really clean data for my strategy, and that's how I calculate the long-term probability of the way I trade. I think that's very important. So I'm gonna close some of the trade on USD, trade close, second trade on USD CAD. This trade, you can see that I have been holding this trade for so long, probably, yeah, close to 6 or 7 days. So I'm gonna close it as well, and I'm gonna close their Australia indice. This is a really beautiful trade, very close to TB, but because I'm going to sleep now, and I just don't really like to get up in the middle of the night and sleepy and trading. It just, yeah, it's just not my thing. So I'm gonna close it too. Usually I just let the probability play itself, but FOMC is quite a little annoying. So we have our Euro GPY, we have our NZD CHF, and the pair, to be honest, they don't really get affected much by FOMC. So I'm gonna leave all the trade running. So far today we close with around 7R, pretty nice, 7.5R. So here is the trade I leave opening for FOMC, and I'm gonna keep you updated tomorrow. I think that's done for today. So the probability play is south, and you can see that overall, even we lost a lot of trade, we survived the losing streaks, and right now we are getting some really nice winning trade. So I'm gonna see you on the next day, I guess. Let's see how the FOMC unfold tomorrow, shall we?
Day 6.
Hello YouTube, ATL section, new day. So yesterday during FOMC, you can see that I got another trade hit my take profit, which is Euro GPY. And to be honest, I was right about this pair. FOMC didn't really move the trade mark. It just slowly go to my take profit. So that is another winning trade. So here we have 3 trade left. On the Bitcoin trade, it's actually pretty interesting as well. So we got a really huge drop a few hours ago. Not in FOMC. FOMC is right here, 2 p.m. But then at around 4 p.m., price really dropped hard. So that's how it looked right now. So regarding about some of the trade that I closed manually, yesterday is the indice. You can see that I closed the trade around here, I think. Yeah, around here. So and then price slowly trade down, and now it's opening very close to take profit. But because I know that FOMC gonna have some kind of impact, so I should want to be a little more safe. Another trade update on USD CAD. So I closed the trade yesterday around, I believe it's around here, yeah, around here. And then FOMC really pushed price up, very close to the entry, and it's pretty similar to AUD USD. Price really go down to my entry, and now it's hanging around here. And to be honest, I will not get any like slip pace because my trade is very close to take profit. So in the worst scenario, it might probably get some, it gets stopped out, but not really slip pace. But if your trade is somewhere around here when the FOMC happen, probably if it gap down, then you're gonna get some slip pay. So you understand the risk, you calculate the risk, and you take the risk if it's okay for you. And so far that's how things look like. And to collect data, I use take profit and stop loss. So even right now, price trade down to my stop loss. In my channel, I will still note that this is a losing trade. And maybe it doesn't make sense to you, but I want to make my trading data clean, mechanical, and have a similarity of the way I manage a trade. Because with a clean data, it helped me to make a better choice, make a better decision. I don't really care if it's winning or losing because at the end of the day, after a series of trade of 100 trade, 1000 trade, if my EV values, my expected value is positive, that's what really matters. Only then I can actually keep executing every time I see the setup. Even it looks scary, even it look like it will not work out. But sometimes I just gonna trust my data more and focus more on making the decision that driven by the data and the things that I have in my channel. I know the saying of trade what you see, not what you think kind of stuff, but sometimes my eyes or many other traders' eyes is very deceiving. You see something, but sometimes it's just not right. So I focus more on the numbers. I focus more on the thing that makes sense. I'm gonna see you on the next update. I think this is going to be the last trading day. I can't keep trading, but from my data, I'm gonna say that after I got a winning, I got plenty of winning trade. So after a winning streaks, usually on Friday, that's my worst performances day, and highly likely that I'm gonna lose some trade. But because the video is quite long on already, and I think I will just secure the first payout here and trade somewhere else, waiting for the payout and trade again later. So far, I hope that you got some values from the video itself because during the past few months, there are a lot of shift in the way I think, in my mindset, in the way I approach market. I go from simple to very complex trading strategy, and at the end of the day, my current trading is more, it's just Fibo retracement. It's very stupid, it's very simple, but it is working for me. And during the time I was trading in the video, you can see that I don't actually care about the P&L, and I don't actually feel like I am taking my loss or my wins personally because it's not something I should focus on. And when I focus my energy on the things that matter, a lot of stuff happen. I'm gonna see you on the next update.
Final update.
Hello YouTube. So right now we are in Asia section, and you can see that the P&L is still fluctuating around. And I think that it's time to end the video because I plan to stop trading on the account and probably trading some challenge and doing something else. And yeah, just wait for the payout before I continue trading. So probably I'm thinking about closing the trades. Let me walk you through the dashboard again. So here is the dashboard. So on the leaderboard right now, you can see that I am here on the 500k. We have a two version on the leaderboard. This trader, I think I have seen him withdraw once more than 20k. Now it's up more than 10k. Really good trader. So far here's how things look like, and it's a nice thing to see. But if you see it more than once, you started to realize that it doesn't really give a lot of benefits. It gives you some kind of fame and maybe something for you to sell things, maybe some title, but because I'm not really doing anything, so it's very normal thing for me. So here is a withdraw panel. So you can see that the profit split day is June 22. So probably I'm going to wait for another 1 week before I can actually withdraw 80% of my profits right here. So in the phase 1 and phase 2, I actually trade the same way as you see on the video. I actually use higher risk. So to be honest, with higher risk, the chance of failing the challenge is of course higher. But when I got into funded, I significantly lower my risk. That's the reason why I got 14 losing trade in a row, but I'm still like have all the possibility to actually get out of the drawdown. So you can see that we started very nice with some loss, and then three winning trades, and then the disaster happened. One trade after another, I lost and lost continually in 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like 4 to 5 days back to back, only losses, 14 loss. That's to be honest. That's why. And then you can see that I started to get some winning trade close at huge profit 3R, and then I lost another 3 trades, and then I got some trade right here. I close manually due to FOMC. So overall, you can see that my win rate is nothing special. My risk reward is just enough to combine with my win rate to create a positive expectancy. And you can see I'm trading all the pairs. So even you see that I always have like 5 trades, sometimes 8 trade, 9 trade opening, but their trade I only do have a 4 trade close, and their day, maybe today I'm going to have a like 3 trade close, and on this day I have a 6 trade. Some of my trades are very quick, but many trade it take like 1 day, 2 days, or the USD CAD. You can see I opened on like I think almost 1 week ago, and I close here after around 6 days of holding. So even I have a lot of opening trade, but every of them have a very like different characteristic. It's not like I open 5 or 6, 7 trade at the same time. It's actually very different, and the way I manage the trade in the video, I hope that you find it insightful. During the drawdown itself, you can see that the thing that I keep saying that I don't give a shit. because only when I don't give a shit. When I win, I don't get overconfidence. When I lose, I don't do self saboteur or doubt myself or thinking less about who I am kind of stuff. And by not giving a shit on the outcome, I actually allowing myself to keep executing and collecting data, and every single next trade gonna be equally the same, not equally but very close to each other when it comes to quality and why I took that trade. And over the long series of trade, if I keep executing and collecting the right trade and make the right decision based on my data, not based on my emotion, eventually things gonna turn out like this. And the 35 trade. So in sum up, maybe phase one, phase two, and funded phase, probably more than 80 trades something. I think so. I took a lot of trades. When I take a lot of trades like that, I know that it's gonna be harder because I'm going to get some low quality setup, and sometimes I'm gonna face the long losing streak like this. But because I take a lot of trades, so sometimes I don't really worry that I'm not going to get the next signal or something. I always get a signal, and that is the thing. It make me like, because I am the trader that always want to be in the market, and by giving me a strategy that so simple that every time I look at the chart, I usually see the setup right away. And most of the time, one day, usually I get at least 2 to 3 signal across all the pairs. And when I see it, I gotta just execute it and move on with my day. I don't really manage the trade. So far, everything is really nice. So after probably 100 trade now, my equity curve got some. I overcome the first drawdown is 9 trade in a row. I lost, and now you can see that you can see it with your eye. 14 trades losing in a row, and I overcome it, and I got the winning streak right here. Should beautiful. So that is the thing. We trading is like we are walking in the darkness, and sometimes during the drawdown it is difficult and it feels like there's no way out. I think at this moment, as a kind of drawdown, the only thing you have is yourself. The only thing you can do is take the next trade and take the next step and just keep walking. It's not that you are in the darkness and now you started running or you increase the pace. Like, it's not necessary. Focus on the next trade. Focus on the next step. Just keep moving, just like you usually do. And when the time comes, probably your win will appear according to the data. If you actually have an edge, just keep walking, keep executing, and keep believing. After a series of losing trades, there will be a series of winning trades. And after a series of winning trades, you're gonna get fucked again. that's the reason why I think I'm going to close most of my trade now manually and wait for the payout. I can actually keep trading, but the video is quite so long already, and it has been a while since I reward myself with something. So if you actually saw any values, a comment, a like, whatever you can do is gonna help the channel to grow, because I do everything on my own, and sometimes it's difficult mentally and physically. I share both of my wins and my loss, and just for reflection. It's not that when I win, I show you the win. It's more about the whole picture, how you keep walking when you are losing, and how you still keep walking even when you're winning. Because losing, it makes you have a fear, have a doubt, but winning is gonna make you overconfident, and it makes you like seeing every trade is like opportunity to make money kind of stuff. So winning and losing, they both are dangerous. They actually create some kind of emotion. It's just different, but the impact on your mental is huge. That's really why the really core message in the video is that don't give a shit. Because the P&L, even right now, I want to close. I just feel like when I make so many decisions, I lost my energy. I lost a little bit of my mental capital. And the more I do it, the less quality the next decision gonna be. And eventually, time will come when my mental capital is so low that eventually I will fuck myself up. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope that you find it insightful. Probably I'm gonna close some of the trade right now. And thank you again for watching. It has been a beautiful, beautiful video. I'm very happy to be able to finish this. So before you go, I think I'm gonna close on the trade. We never know what's gonna happen. We only know that what's done is done, and we take responsibility for our decision at the end of the day. We evaluate the risk, we understand the risk, and we take risk. So here is the full statement. You can see how I was very consistent with my loss. 2000, 2000, 2000, and the same very consistent with my win as well. 6,000 here, 6,000 there. So, and my win rate is around just a little bit more than 30%. Nothing special. Nothing is really holy grail or some shit. Nothing, yeah. But at the end of the day, it being a little more stupid, a little more simple, a little more straightforward. If it's working for me, then I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna trust myself more, and I'm gonna give myself more power, because there's so many ways to trade, and if you there's something that I'm not sure if you rely, but I never project my ideas or my talk to other people. Like, you should use it, you should do that, because I know that my way may not be your way, and vice versa. We are very unique human being, and the way we trade it is very difficult to be 100% the same. That's really why if you take it as a reflection, I think you're gonna see something that may help you to actually build your way to profitability. But if you think like you gonna take my entry and trying to understand why things move, why I take this trade, why I got this trade. To be honest, I got some perfect trade, just beautiful trade buying the top. Buying the bottom, selling the top. But I got the cap trade because I don't give a shit. I didn't give a shit about how it's gonna play out, and that's why I have the courage to pull the trigger when the time is right. One of the things I think really, really important is that I gave up on understanding every single move, and I gave up on the fact that I should know everything, because I don't want to anymore. Because when I lost the trade, I YouTube try to explain why that happened and why this happened, why I lost that trade, why I win this trade, what I can do better, how to optimize the trade, how so many questions. And I think that it's very subjective, and it is so hard for me to actually, even I make money doing so, trying to explain everything. The question is, can I do that year after year? I think that is something that every trader should ask themselves, because I used to be making money with trading, and then I used to be losing a lot as well. So I know, like, in order to survive and eventually thrive, but also stay in the game for a really, really long time, for the rest of your life, maybe you're gonna be consistent not only in trading, but the way you balance your life, the way you handle things with trading, so that it will not affect your life. Because when trading, it consumes your emotion, it consumes your mental capital, and when you let it sucks everything, maybe you are making money, but deep down you are losing a lot inside. And when you are empty, when you don't have enough energy left, you will make some mistake. And in trading, the beauty of it is that you can like save up a lot of money, a lot of profits, but eventually you lose yourself one day and you fuck things up. If you lost one profit account, that's normal. But 10 years ago, when I didn't have a problem, I lose myself once, I lost everything. And I lost everything multiple times. And I built things up again, and it's painful. That's why my definition of consistency is very different to someone that trades just for a few months or getting consistent for weeks. It's just different. And I hope that you're gonna find your way in this market. You're gonna find your way to consistency, and you're gonna find your way, find the freedom that you are seeking for, and eventually make your family happy, make yourself happy. Don't forget to give yourself some credits, because the person that will always be there for you in this whole lonely journey is not me, it's not anyone else but yourself. So be thankful for that, and I'm gonna see you on the next video. Thank you again for watching. The most beautiful currency in the world is time, and you spend time to watch my video. That's beautiful thing. That's beautiful thing. Thank you.